Chairman Fred is here with us tonight. So if you would like to say anything before we make a motion, the floor is yours.
Mayor, trustees, Mayor, trustees, and most important, people. I'm honored and humbled to be here. It's been, it's kind of redundant, talking about this, location. I spoke from the historic committee. We have a slogan, we say with the Hampton House, says bigger than the building, more significant than the structure. This is personal and political. I think it's a crime that in a location that's approximately 21 blocks, many people were not familiar with the legacy of Chairman Fred Hampton. Maywood, geographically speaking, is a small location that represents a political giant. And it's not by coincidence that many people have been fearful to have this conversation. In addition to the assassination of Chairman Fred and Defense Secretary Mark Clark, December 4th, 1969, it should be noted that December 5th, 1969, law enforcement pulled men and young boys out of their homes in front of their mothers and children, and told them that there'll be another mention of Fred Hampton here. Similar to the breaking process during the era of child slavery, when pregnant women would run away from the plantation, they were captured and brought back, and their stomachs, pregnant stomachs, were cut open, fetuses stomped to death. It created fear and terror for generations to come. We say let us seize the time now, and this becomes a common conversation. In the movie Judas and the Black Messiah, we struggled to have Maywood mentioned twice in the movie, in minimum. The Hampton House is located right across the street from the school, the elementary school that Chairman Fred attended. Prior to us occupying that home, there were children who did not know who Chairman Fred was. Many parents said that since our presence there, children have to get bigger shirt size, they walk with their chest out with a pride. They say that this is the school that Chairman Fred Hampton went to. Went to the Proviso East High School. We talked the swimming pool. There was no swimming pool for typical black children to even attend. Even as a child, he challenged that. And this is a climate where certain things, certain contradictions, in particular the race, as was the class contradiction, that many of us have been avoiding for quite some time. We said let's seize the time to address it. This representative, again, who at the age of 14, the federal government called for a wiretap be placed on my grandparents' telephone to recognize. He said the junior NAACP from 7 to 300 members in a 7.5-month time period. Chairman Fred was part of an organization, not of role models, but we say real models. Real models, people who came from our community. Places like Brazil, Sao Paulo, Africa, Ghana, we just came up from African delegations. They talk about the legacy of Chairman Fred Hampton. In Maywood, 21 blocks. This should be a common conversation, and not letting very rarely have ever heard me, if even have ever heard me say the police murdered my father. You have heard me say that the government assassinated Chairman Fred.
That's right.
That's it.
He authored the Rainbow Coalition. When we still had the president, the Black Panther Party, because of the present-day Rainbow Coalition, many of these representatives are still here today. The free breakfast program fed a minimum of 3,500 children a week. In Nazi Germany, the victims of the Holocaust in Nazi Germany, it's considered child abuse if your child does not know what happened in the gas chambers. The script has been flipped with our people. Some people see this child abuse that even tell them who Chairman Fred was. People have passed down punkism, told their children don't speak about it. In South Korea, they will keep a person locked up for 3 generations to weed out any resistance. We in the stage of the game right now. We can up the ante with conversations of such caliber of people 14, 15 years old who was assassinated. We have to say that term. Don't be fearful of it. It's a cleansing process. Try it. Being oppressed is embarrassing. A lot of times we try to jive ourselves about it. We try to say euphemisms or nice words. Fred Hampton died. Chairman Fred was deputy chairman of Illinois chapter, the largest chapter of the Black Panther Party. That's a fact.
Yep.
So, that's a fact. And people from all over the world, let's seize the time. It should be a conversation about this swimming pool.
That's it.
This pool should be open.
That's it.
We had the water gun fights in front of the Hampton house to heighten the contradictions. That was years ago. People told who got a birthday in August, and everybody was saying people were scared to say Chairman Fred. One war story for lack of terms. A 52-year-old business owner in Maywood told me about when he went to go see the movie Judas and the Black Messiah. He was telling his father what's going to happen in the movie. His father said, son, how do you know about all this? He said, Dad, his son, Chairman Fred Hampton Jr. told me about this. He said, also, Dad, why didn't I know?
Yep.
His father teared up. He said, son, all he wanted was peace. That's embarrassing. Let's be upfront about this here, y'all. This conversation should not just happen during Black History Month, because the fact that Black people on the verge of becoming history. It should be a conversation at the poet scenes, the barbershop, the pool halls, the city council, everywhere. Relationships, real models. I'm not saying it subjectively, y'all. When I say Chairman Fred, Minister Doc Satchel, Defense Captain Mark Clark, it's not over ego tripping. It's trying to win our people to respect an entity, an institution that stood on their own terms for this entity that a lot of people scared of called self-determination. The Hampton House is bigger than the building, more significant than the structure.
Yes.
Bigger than the building, more significant than the structure. Come through, see what's happening, the work we're doing there, support it, make it an everyday conversation, not just during Black History Month, not just during election time, not just politically correct, because a lot of people get involved in struggle, become conscious, one of three ways. Inspiration, aspiration, or desperation. Inspiration, aspiration, or desperation. A lot of people know who Chairman Fred is, so we quote, forgive me for this, we say he turns more than me black. He turns more than me black. First, Michael Jackson don't make a difference between black and white. When he called that case, his tune changed. He don't care about us.
Yes, sir.
A lot of people don't know about Chairman Fred when they're under some pressure. We the last call of alcohol, y'all. We the last call. We the ones you talk about when you get exhausted. All your softball spokespersons. That's us out there. That's us. That's us been out there with the triple C's, Choice Community Cause, providing food to people out there. That's us who had the community refrigerator. When people laughed at us. That's us that heightened the content about a food desert here in Maywood. When people put this facade, everything is okay here.
Don't forget the liberation schools also.
Man, I'll be here all day, you know, say respect, but I appreciate it. You know what? I'm gonna let the people talk to someone, because I'm gonna say, that's his son, he just told it. I ain't saying this subjectively. He's representing our people. Let's shake that fear factor, y'all. It's a cleansing process. Minister Dewey P. Newton said, when an oppressor stands up against an oppressor, when the oppressor's gone, a new man, new woman is born. Lenin said it would take people 20 years to learn ordinary times. They learned in 2 years revolutionary times. Chairman Fred was 21 years old when he was assassinated. The education curriculum should be in Providers East High School, every high school, everything. Every should be up in there. It should be in every elementary school. Try to do a conversation. You go on your dates, your poetry scene. And let me just say in closing. I think, man, Randall, being on almost start naming people, y'all. We thank y'all, all those who've been consistent with us with this campaign to save the Hampton House. Without the people I work with, it's impossible. I appreciate y'all, thank y'all. Again, let's make history, let's take history. And let's take history, y'all. Long legacy Chairman Fred Hampton.
Trustee Lightford.
I was wondering if another black Panther that was from California during that time, who came to Chicago in that same period of time, he's sitting right behind you, Joe. That's one of the original old Black Panthers. Houston, California, came so quick. You talk to him, he can tell you something.
All right, Trustee Joe.
Yeah, I just want to say how really honored I am to be here for this moment.
how much of a long time coming it's been. Chairman Fred Jr., I've been following all the things that's been going on over the past year, you know, what you've been doing, whether it's, whether it's the accomplishment of Judas and the Black Messiah, whether it's the 85 South Show, whether it's the Ghetto Boys podcast. You've been all over the place, and you always mention Maywood.
Yes.
And, you know, I hope one of the things that we can do to honor Chairman Fred is to, you know, make this a tourist destination for people to visit.
Oh, yeah.
When I went to Ghana last year, and it was an honor to go to some of their walls where their portraits and see Chairman Fred there. And it started to make connections to me in terms of, you know, how your father could be that connector for people to want to come here. So I just want to say again, it's an honor to be at this moment. And this is the time, it's not to settle here. I know we're hopefully going to approve this, but there's a lot of work to be done to make this develop into what we want to do. So we just want to ask for your patience. I'm sure there's going to be some hiccups, but we're going to work through it. But I'm happy just to be here to support this. So power to the people, and appreciate you being here.
Power to the people. Trustee Peppers.
Yeah, I want to concur the same sentiments as Trustee Jones. My dad went to school with Chairman Fred at Irvin and at Proviso East. And at our household, we had to know. We had to know the struggle. We had to know the history. He quizzed us all the time, and it was very important. It was instrumental in our life. I appreciate you, everything you do, your family. You are family. God bless, and power to the people.
So I would say, again, Chairman Fred, we've had many discussions in regards to moving the community forward together and focusing on Fred Hampton's foundation and Fred Hampton's legacy. So again, as you said, the bigger than a building, more significant than the structure. So again, this has been a long time coming. Previous administrations, I'm sure, have said things, but we actually moving on things. So moving on things, this is just it's just like the first step of moving forward in regards to the healing for the village of Maywood, to actually pay homage and pay the respect that is due to the legacy of Chairman Fred Hampton Jr., as well as Chairman Fred. So when we think about the great conversations, the possibilities of moving us forward, in the Black Panther movement, as well as the Hampton legacy, thank you everyone who was here tonight in support of that. Thank you everyone that has been a part of engagement and community involvement. We look forward to great partnership with the Hampton House and Fred Hampton Jr. in regards to working with the Park District, the village, the school districts, the libraries, any and everything to move the community forward. We've been having great discussions. So we look forward to rolling out that first part of tourism aspect with the African American History Tour that'll be happening for Maywood. That'll be coming in June of 2022. Focusing on the Hampton House, the Covenant Zone, Operation Uplift, and Midtown Museum. So here's to more sweatless victories. With that being said, I just need a motion to approve the proposal.
Motion to approve.
So we're gonna go motion to approve by Trustee Lightford, second by Trustee Reyes-Plummer. Are there any questions?
Mayor?
Trustee?
I don't have a
Sanchez.
question, I have a comment. I'm a lighter shade of brown. But we're fighting the same fight.
Young
Yes.
lords.
Because we're all the same out there. It is an honor to be in a room full of leaders. And I'm not talking about these leaders, I'm talking about these leaders down there. Because everyone is extremely significant to this community. And the plight that has taken place and the history that this community has. And we need to scream into the world. Nothing but respect.
All right.
All right. That being said, please call the roll.
Trustee Sanchez.
Aye.
Trustee Reyes-Plummer. Aye. Trustee Jones.
Aye.
Trustee Lightford.
Aye.
Trustee Pepper.
Aye.
Trustee Brandon. Aye. Mayor Booker.
Aye.
Hey. I thought, when we take a want to go for a man? Sure.
Right on.
Hey, I you got something you want to give.
So,
Mandatory. Hey, sis,
Chairman
right on,
Fred,
come on. Yes, sir.
You want to come up with us to take a photo, or anybody else you want to be a part of the photo?
Take it out,
Just,
roll it up,
come on down.
Joe,
open it up. If I made for you,
Turn upside down. Turn
upside down.
We got to take a picture with that, too. Show it to the people. Show it to the people.
Mandatory, auntie.
Hey.
Oh, man. Hold on, hold this for the picture. Oh, man. And look, hey, I was getting the award, the Legacy Award, and they say, I said, I hate to be like them, they call DMX on stage getting award, like, where everybody at? So, I gotta call the people up here. Without y'all, we can't have this happen, y'all. So, right on? Right on. So all those who been out there with the programs, when the Hampton House had no heat, no water, those who've been consistent with us here, those who've been signing the petitions, those who've been putting the word out with the chamber, please come stand with us. You know what I'm saying? Again, and this ain't no part-time relationship, y'all. Those who've been bringing food to the CCC program, those who say the Hampton House Community Garden, I ain't gonna call y'all names, you know who you are, and those who've been praying for us. Who've been praying for us. We thank y'all so much again. A unanimous vote, respect to everyone here, y'all. Again, long live legacy of Chairman Fred, y'all. Long live their legacy, protected, respected, and never neglected. Yes. Protected, respected, and never neglected, y'all. We have the New Era Young Lords in the building, you know what I'm saying? Cha-Cha, you know what I'm saying? Legacy, the Rainbow Coalition. We have the various the street tribes, not the gangs, the people. Yes, sir. The people. The people, y'all. Now, I don't sound cliches, y'all. The people are the most important ingredient, y'all. I won't name nobody. I know I'm getting missing some people. My mother, comrade, the widow of Chairman Fred, she couldn't be here to health issues, but she sends her love, regards to everyone here, y'all. Again, let's keep this name hot in our mind. Let's put a stain in our brain and a mark in our hearts. Yes. The legacy of Chairman Fred, man.
Hey,
Right on.
Hey, can everybody say free them all, the mother comrades?
That's my free my hand crochet for you.
Watch out, auntie.
Yes.
Watch out now.
Thank you.
Okay, right on.
Hey, Chair.
Okay.
Y'all gonna do y'all first.
Okay.
And then that way everybody else can get in. Let them get theirs, and then that way we get all out there going.
Respect. I'm grateful.
We need you with the pictures, man.
You got it, Randall?
He need a clear view.
I do what I can. Not yet, but I will. I'm sure it'll happen.
Y'all in, y'all.
I'm gonna let the people get theirs, and then the people we all get in.
Yeah, you gotta get in there.
We gonna have them.
All right, look right here. 1, 2, 3. Hampton.
Hampton House.
Hampton House.
Right on.
1, 2, 3, free them all. 1, 2, 3. Free them all. 1, 2, 3, feed them all. Feed them all.
We got another 1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3, you out. You know that.
From the guy that don't play sports.
Man, love respect.
Can I get a picture, brother, before you disperse?
I'm on cloud season right now.
Will you help me out? Will you take a picture?
How you doing now?
Up, Chief.
For one more, I'm going to ask for one of them.
He said that he didn't come.
There's a free one right
Got my camera. Sister, you got it? You got my right now? Can you get that from me?
We can let him get up there. What's up?
Turn your head, free ball. Brother, you get it.
I'm right here.
Okay, right on. Yes, indeed. Man, my nephew that came out of town, man. Look at y'all, right on. See me toy, I see I'm still, okay, my phone. Please. Right on. Okay. Don't have them grip the floor.
Chairman of the Maywood.
I feel it.
One more. 1, 2, 3. Hey, Chairman, you want to do the Cubs, engage Berwin, and everybody?
You figure out how to do it, man. I'm gonna clown me. You see, yeah.
Cubs, y'all come on in. Young Lords, come on in. Engage Berwin.
Oh yeah, you get Iggy down here.
Yes.
Robert. Yeah. Robert's got to come down.
What's up? What's this dude right here?
Good to see you, man. Right on.
Auntie, get in.
Get in.
Auntie. I gotta get somebody to do this.
Oh, yeah, you got it. You take it.
Oh, thank you, sir. I'm just holding it. You need doing this, sir.
You taking a picture or you wanted to just be on live?
I ain't tell y'all no. Y'all done took the whole city council. I ain't tell y'all no. Thank you. I'll take go. Right here. Free them all.
This
Who's taking the photo?
Back here somewhere.
Watch out. Oh, get in it. 1 or 2.
I'm good.
All right, here we are.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, that's right.
Sorry. You got it? No, you got him all wrinkled down there. Keep it straight.
You right. Ramon! Long live Chairman Fred. And renew appreciation. Right on. Participate me, they not here, they here.
Thank you. Hey, Lou. I'm coming through. Congratulations.
We're in Fred.
Amazing.
Fred.
Thank you. Free them all, man. Free them all. Yes.
They brought him out and said, Peter, the doctor said, he said, when you a killer? He said, if you're a baby, let's go matter say. It sounds like some of the Black Panther. Let's be real talk about Maywood now. You know what I'm saying? You get a baby, you get an overdose. You know what I'm saying? Step by step. Yeah. Okay, do you like the movie? Come see me. they passing Chicago. Yeah, no, because. Yeah. Listen, real time. All right. Yeah, listen. Come at the house and see what we do with these jokers. Come at it, please, brother. Right on. Yes, sir. Okay. I'm gonna come through there, bro. Right on. Yes, sir. Call the piece. Right on.
It's there.
All right, everyone, if we could find our way back to our seats, so that we can wrap up the meeting.
Oh, they got more.
Let me get all y'all.
Huh?
Let me get all y'all.
Okay, right on.
Took a little break.
Balance it.
I got it.
All right.
Can you hear me now? Go ahead. Yeah, whenever you get ready, I do want to make one.
Yeah, he's thank you, sir.
Rent free.
Well, I get that on. Dang, I got that on. But no, I came this close. I said, he's a lost cause.
Yeah.
He's a lost cause.
I met up with him at the beginning of all the bullshit, and it was so pointless.
Yeah, and he got his little walking rig, followers and everything, man. So,
All right, Ray, I'll talk to you.
that's huge. Pleasure being here with you. Amen.
My mom, Carolyn Hill, they're from Maywood.
Hey, just want to let y'all know what happened. It's obvious. If y'all been following this, y'all know what just happened. This is huge. The Hampton House, Maywood, Illinois, 21 blocks, 17th and Warren, 804 South 17th, across the street from Irvin. This is the house that Chairman Fred Hampton Sr. grew up in. His siblings, Bill Hampton, Dee Dee, Mother Iberia, Pa Hampton. And this is the house that they grew up in Maywood. That house is officially a historical landmark now in the village of Maywood. So this opens up funding to restore the house, to maintain it. It's already a museum. This can possibly mean huge tourism for the village of Maywood. So what we just seen and witnessed was history. This was history. I'm gonna go outside because they still got the meeting going on. I'm gonna go outside because I want to be respectful that they still conducting the meeting. Much respect to the trustees and to Mayor Booker, to Trustee Sanchez, Trustee Jones, Trustee Brandon, Trustee Plummer, Trustee Peppers, Trustee Lightford. I think I said everybody. And Mayor Booker, much respect to them for coming together and pushing the vote of the Hampton House up on the agenda. Otherwise, we'd have been here all night. So they agreed. So that is positivity, Maywood. They agreed that this was too significant. All right. Oh, who was that? Oh, ew, that's huge. I'm talking to the people now. Okay. All right. All right, Unc. Love you too, Unc. Yeah, so they came together, and that was a powerful moment. Here's something that's undeniable, is that we have some young, brilliant elected officials sitting up on that board. Even Trustee Lightford, with his experience and wisdom, can lead and guide and everything. So they powerful if they come together like they just did this moment. They can move mountains if they come together, and it's difficult. It's easier said than done. All of us get challenged of it, even me. So I'm not going to ask them to do something that I am not even capable of doing. But when they do move together, it's powerful. So you saw how the room just erupted. So to know that the Hampton House, where Chairman Fred grew up in, Mother Comrade Akua, if you're listening, we love you. We wish you was here. Everybody had you in spirit here. We know what you went through 52 years ago on December 9th, 1969. We know, and we now appreciate you even more if we never said that before. I always tell you that it's moving to have you here with us because you are a miracle, considering of the violence and the demonic spirits that you survived. Not many of us could say that we survived 99 bullets being shot at us. So to know that you lost the love of your life, Chairman Fred Hampton Sr., and then to give birth to Chairman Jr., they made a fatal flaw that day. Thank God, thank everything in that they made a fatal flaw that they didn't take the seed, and the seed, Chairman Jr., is establishing his legacy. He pushed this. Chairman got an incredible work ethic. Chairman Jr. has established his legacy a long time ago, and this only cemented that he was able to push through and get the house that his father grew in, which years ago the people in the village of Maywood probably were scared to say the Chairman Fred Hampton Sr. name. They were rightfully so worried about their own death. We could talk about what we would have did and everything like that, but speaking a certain way, speaking on behalf of your rights, which are the civil rights era, which in my opinion, the civil rights era is one of the greatest eras of our communities. There's other eras also, but you got to put the civil rights era right up there with it. And to know that back then, if you even spoke out on behalf of yourself, you could get killed. And they were brave and bold enough to speak out boldly that they wasn't going to take it no more. Even the pool on the backside of this police station existed because of Chairman Fred Hampton Sr. was willing to speak out. In fact, we're going to go down there and visit Chairman. We're going to go down there and visit Chairman Sr. real quick, y'all. So what we just witnessed, like I said earlier, is the Hampton House. 17th and Warren, 804 South 17th, is officially a historical landmark. More to come. Having a discussion with Chairman Jr. and his vision about that house. Not only the vision about the Hampton House, but the house next door. And some people get a little discouraged by the beginning process because it takes some effort to maintain the community, feed them off fridge, the pantry that's outside, the free library. It takes a lot of effort to maintain that. It takes a community. So what you see is progress, and it's a slow progress. So that's why it's take everybody to get involved. So proud of the Village of Maywood for doing what was right tonight, because anything less, any more delays will be unacceptable. We wanted this to happen in Mother Comrade's lifetime. She deserved to see this after what she's been through over the last 52 years. She deserved to have this. Chairman Jr. deserved to have this. The community deserved to have this. And just a look, FYI, every time I see Brother Bill Hampton, which is Chairman Jr.'s older brother, every time I used to see him when I first met him, and then every time I saw him, is I would always tell him, I said, our community haven't done enough for your family. I mean, we haven't done enough for your family. I would tell him that all the time. You know, I would see how he would take the bus to all around Chicago, public transportation all around Chicago in the middle of the night to speaking engagements. And, you know, it wasn't like they were living, you know, that they were part of the, Chairman said something earlier, there is an issue with classism amongst us. And even in this village of Maywood growing up, that's something I saw. I saw classism, you know, the elite, the haves and the haves not, no middle ground. So, you know, the Hampton family struggled and they gave up a lot. Chairman Senior easily could have been a great attorney. He could have just played it safe and put his work into his own future, but he chose to put the future investments into his people, into the children, into the families. And here he is. This is Chairman. I wish I had a flashlight. I left it in the car. There it is. Congratulations, Chairman. Congratulations. Long live Chairman Fred Hampton Sr. Long live Chairman Fred. And we have the Chairman Fred Hampton Aquatic Center. Do your research on this place right here. Do your research on what the youth of Maywood, by the leadership of Chairman Fred Hampton Jr., Sr., what they went through to get this pool here for the black children in this community who did not have a pool back then. Do your research. We gotta get that light on right there. You know what I just thought about? Wow. Which way am I facing? Okay, no. Chairman is facing south. He's facing south. A little tidbit. The wall is on Madison in California on the west side. It's an incredible mural of Chairman Fred, Mother Comrade Akua, Chairman Jr. You got the brilliant Doc Satchel. You got the defense captain Mark Clark on that wall, who, rest in peace also, who died 52 years ago on the same day that Chairman Sr. was assassinated. That mural is incredible. But for years, that mural used to be just Chairman up there by himself. And the way that his mural used to face, his face was facing the people of the west side of Chicago, the people. And his back was towards downtown, which represent the bureaucracy, corporate America, the elitism. His back faced downtown, the bureaucracy, and the red tape, and the stifling of the people. And his face and his eyes was looking at the people of the communities. Pretty sure that's something a lot of people probably never thought about, but the next time you go by the wall, keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. So, congratulations, Chairman Fred. Your home is now a historical landmark. For those who couldn't make it tonight, for those of you who was with us on our page, Best of Proviso Township, we made an announcement about the Hampton house that was in foreclosure. That was about 4 years ago. And it was a long story, a lot of red tape. The house is on the auction blocks to be auctioned off in foreclosure. And we had to raise 15 G's within 7 days. Best of Proviso Township, in partnership with our allies, incredible allies out of Oak Park, Anthony Clark and Suburban Unity Alliance, and then an organization out of Oakland. All three of us did what we had to do to raise the funds that was needed to save the house. And that's something that we cannot forget about. We would not be here if anybody on this live is on Best of Proviso Township, and you donated to that at that moment. You didn't ask no questions. You didn't wait for this and that. You just donated. Just know that from that moment that you donated, we was able to remove the house from that auction block, because it was going up for auction that Tuesday. And we was able to remove that house from the auction block, which gave time for chairman to raise, and his supporters raise the rest of the money that's needed to put us where we at now. After we removed that house from the auction blocks, next thing you know, the movie discussion about Judas and the Black Messiah came forth. The Judas and the Messiah discussion, Judas and the Black Messiah came forth, and man, from there on, man, we've been, as a group, as an organization, or as a coalition. You know, you got the Young Lords out of Humboldt Park here. Young Lords was established by Cha-Cha Jimenez. Google that name too. That's one thing that I got to give Chairman Jr. a lot of credit. He tapped into what his father was able to do, which is bring forth organizations from different backgrounds, different cultures, different races together. But you got some Young Lords representatives here. I just went down to say what's up to Chairman, man.
Yeah.
So
Everybody done seen the bus and all that before, right? Now we go down there.
I had to go have a talk with him, man.
No, man, appreciate you, bro. What's the game plan? You want to play?
We got two. He said he couldn't open that because it's not clean.
Yeah.
We can.
All right.
Hey, I'll tell y'all what. We'll talk to y'all later. Okay. God bless y'all. Okay. Y'all take care now.